you ready to listen?
Yeah.
Network computer systems.
Oh yeah, there's no math higher level, that's why I was trying.
I've got no internet.
Well, what's your name?
Which one do you access that?
You want to change it? I don't know how to change it.
Okay,
Okay.
guys,
No.
our presentation. So the first one is LAN. It's a group of computers linked together to form a network system. So hardware and software can be shared through one server or a server.
And a WAN is basically all of this. Just a bigger network.
It's all joined together as one. WAN can be private or public, so they can they can have an intranet for just one big firm, so that's private, and no one can access it except the people with the password. But also WAN can be public. The biggest WAN everyone knows is the internet. So that's a WAN. No, really WAN and WAN. Public.
And standard protocol is just a set of rules that we need for completing a task. So, for example, ATM.
So ATM would have the same software as the bank, so they can communicate. This is example, they can communicate with each other, and no file is nothing is lost between the communication. So the software involved in the networking is very important, as they will need the security for the communication, as the bank information is very important.
And data integrity is the process of authenticating the data. So if you have a ATM card and then you use it, and then you usually need to also enter a password, and if the password is wrong, the data is not
Released to the user.
Yeah, it will be processed as invalid. So
And if it becomes valid, then the software here will connect to the internet,
to the bank,
which will go through the data security, which is
basically the firewall, like the firewall.
or the internet to stop people from hacking or stop people from
Stealing personal information, passwords, IDs. Yeah.
So the best way to ensure the data security would be having levels of access. So there'll be a level for administrative level,
Which would be the people who are working in the bank,
the managers and the higher ups.
and the normal users, which would be the clients who use
The normal are the working in the bank, and they don't have access to all of the customers' data, and the guest would just be the user who just access their own data. Or in a school, they don't have their own data, so they just access the basic core instruments for the computer or the network. Yeah, and the other one would be firewall, data security, which creates a barrier between the outside world, like the WAN or the internet, between the user and its own computer, so no malicious data comes through. The other security could be the antivirus, which makes sure that no harmful software can enter the computer or the system, and that it's protected at all times. So the antivirus will be scanning the computer at all times, making sure that nothing malicious is in the computer.
And another one is what we've already mentioned before, the use of passwords. And another is data encryption. So
Data encryption is just like jumbling up the data, and only if you have a password, then you can access the data.
and if you don't have the password or the key, the data is useless because it's encrypted and you won't be able to read the information.
Yeah. That's it.
Criminality.
That's it, yeah? That's all of them.
Wait, what about?
Questions, Ben? Wait, what about?
What about
Did you guys discuss the questions?
the what?
Good point. Did you guys discuss the compressions?
Well, I mean, I might not have been paying attention, but
Compression.
You know how we just spent 20 minutes doing that this morning?
Oh,
Not
yes.
our maths exam.
So the data compression.
What else is there? Maybe
I don't know, Tim, what else is there?
sorry. EIG.
Okay,
This is
so-
so synchronized. It was like EA.
Back Mr. Gossage. So the transmission of data is a very important process, as if you transmit a data which has a large size or something like that.
It will take up a lot of time to send it because networks can get really busy, especially if it's a WAN or school internet.
So if it's a WAN, there will be many users on at the same time. Therefore, if you have a large file, it will take a longer time, which means it will take up more bandwidth. If you have internet or something that you have to pay for, which could mean that you have to pay for more. So JPEG is just lossy data, which is
It collects all the different shades of one color, like if there's blue, light blue next to it, it collects all of them together as one block.
so if there's a picture of a sky, right? Then
It would collect them
that
all to this single blue. So that's why it's lossy, because you lose information of each of the individual different shades of the color. It's all converted to make it into a smaller size.
this will be compressed, so it's smaller, which means that the data can be transferred quicker. But the image is not as clear. But on a bitmap, the data is not. It is everything is kept.
Let's stop it there. Let's stop it there.
I have to do it.
Because
Yeah.
the bell's going to go in 2 minutes.
Also, in JPEG, is it just is it